And at the center of it, the best team from both conferences who fought all season long for the honor of playing here tonight.
And you know what's beautiful about this stage, Kate? These teams who meet the Super Bowl each and every year, we've learned this. They're not always the most talented team in the league. They're the two who never buckled under the pressure, never let the moment become too big. You know what I love to say? They're the ones who didn't just play with one another. They played for one another. And I can't wait. You can't wait. The world can't wait to see which team truly earns the right to raise that Lombardi and call themselves a champion.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 2 yards on the pickup. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, and they go right back to him. Blast through midfield. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Bails out of the pocket quick. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. Breaks the tackle, Green grabs ahead. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Shotgun snap to Nix. Wiley hauls it in. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. 2nd and 10 now at the 29.
30.
2nd and 10 now at the 29. 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 2nd and 10 And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Opening play, and Dak's going to throw. And his first pass falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. Got for big yards on the right side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll get this one to Watkins. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He won't be able to make the catch. It's incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Prescott now on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Another try following the sack. That's Lamb running the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that gives them 1st and goal. They'll run Pacheco. And a nice effort there to fight forward for a decent gain. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal. Now Dak to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflector.
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the pressure drives them backwards.
That is a wow. Maybe that's a double wow for me. 2 sacks in the previous 3 snaps. I can really criticize quarterbacks, and too often I do, to get rid of the football, but that is about a defensive effort. Knowing what's on the line when you get into situations in the red zone, Kate, can't do it much better than that. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Has this at the 6. And he's got the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Reek Woolen with the INT. And the Cowboys are going to be set up in goal to go after a great return down inside the 10.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something-something to the return.
Running up the middle, Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys push their lead to 3. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. That's the end of one here in Super Bowl 59. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to New Orleans right after this. Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. Second quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. He's going deep. He's got it at the 30. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Throw complete to Lamb. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He's got the hook up to Watkins. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Dak now from the gun. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Running right is Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Working quickly here. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the first. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Pacheco crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 2nd quarter lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys push their lead to 3. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 2. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Nix. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the 1st half. But hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. Throwing on first is Prescott. Taking a deep shot here. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. This will be caught by Watkins. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. On the option, they give it to Pacheco. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 25 on 2nd down. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys make it a 9-point advantage. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Flushed down out to his left. Now he takes it, and he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. So through a flurry of points, we have hit the 2-minute warning. The Broncos trying to make some noise before halftime. They stick with McCaffrey. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Connects with Riley. And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Shotgun snap to Nix. Complete over the middle. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Throw on 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Going for it on 4th, Nix. That's cut beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he'll turn this into a solid gain down at the 14. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets a good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Final halftime adjustments of the season are out of the way. It's time to put them into action here. Quarter 3 of the Super Bowl is underway. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle up that return immediately.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field.
By a man, and now he's in the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Don't get this one to Watkins. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, Prescott. He lofts it deep left. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Couldn't connect on first, it's second down. Throwing again is Dak. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ezekiel Elliott makes the catch. And they had that one contained right at the line. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Another throw for Prescott. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Pass complete to Wiley. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. That was Max Melton who held him down there.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Pass hauled in by the rookie from Miami. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10 from the 41. Nix from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll throw again. Nix. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. They'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. They'll go. It's McCaffrey. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They've got a man in motion. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Looking for... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. 3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Broncos get set to take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Nix. Cut by Sutton. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now a give, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Here's Nix to throw. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. 1st down, here's Dak. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up. From the gun is Prescott. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Jordan Brooks comes up with it. And the Broncos have some new life in the 4th. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Headed out right. Cowboys rushing in, and they bring him down. He ends up out of bounds, but it's behind the line. That is a sack. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. And no look there. That throw falls to the ground. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Finds Mims. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Nix with it on 1st. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Connects on the crosser. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand if thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he puts some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Nix. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it. That field goal didn't do a lot on the scoreboard to make it a more attackable deficit, but it does create a sense of urgency here for this defense to get off the field.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's got it inside the 25. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down. From the red zone now. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. So it'll be 2nd down. Dak now from the gun. Throw complete to Lamb. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. A give right side. Here's Pacheco. Is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys push their lead to 18. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Connects with Wiley. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Broncos trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Here's McCaffrey. And this one doesn't go far. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Nix off the play action. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Marquise Bell making the play. And the Cowboys take possession on his 13th INT of this season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
It's caught, Ferguson. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They're now set for 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. And that's it. Once again, the Dallas Cowboys are Super Bowl champions. Commissioner Goodell ready to make the presentation as the Lombardi Trophy returns to the Dallas Cowboys.